Hey guys, it's Randall with Visual Designs. I'm going to show you today how to make a timesheet in Microsoft Excel. This timesheet will calculate the hours an employee has worked based on the time they clock in and the time they clock out. It will remove lunches and give you total hours, total pay, plus overtime hours and overtime pay. This is all calculated by Microsoft Excel. So I'm going to start by creating the initial Excel document. This is just going to be text, so I am going to speed through this and then we will get to the calculations. Alright, so we have our Excel document set up here. We're going to start by entering our hourly wage, which is $15.25, overtime rate, which is time and a half, and we're going to ask Excel to figure out our hourly wage for overtime. And this argument would be the following. Alright, and I'm going to explain what it's doing. It's telling Excel to add column B3, or rather multiply B3 by B4. And that gives us our overtime wage of $22.88 an hour. Now we're going to go here and figure out our hours for each day using AutoSum. And I want to tell you beforehand, this is going to add the times wrong. And I did that on purpose because I want to show you a common error that people make with Excel when using AutoSum. First, let me explain what this calculation is doing. It's telling Excel to take column C9 and minus it from B9, which will take clock in and subtract it from lunch start, add that to lunch end, subtract it from clock out, giving us total hours. And if you click enter, we get a calculation, but it's obviously wrong. We have not worked 21 hours. There's a simple reason for this. If you format cells, you find that it's in the time format. So it's trying to figure out the time through addition and subtraction. So instead we're going to go to number, because we're trying to figure out the number, and there we go, regular hours. So this field, these fields should all be number. In decimal places too, we got 988. So that gives us our regular hours. And if you go here, do format cells, this should be, you can use any time format you like. I like to go to custom, use AM, PM, H, hour, minute, AM, PM. We're going to do that for the rest of these. If you are doing auto sum calculations and it isn't adding up, it's probably because you either have done the equation wrong or you forgot to format the cell correctly. Those are common reasons why people get frustrated with Excel. We're going to continue here and finish doing these equations. And at first, looking at this, it may seem like a lot to remember, but it's really simple if you look at what it's actually calculating. It's calculating columns, which number column, and doing math, simple math. And I forgot to close the equation. Oops. Alright, so we have our total hours. Now we can go ahead and do the equation for Saturday and Sunday. Obviously we're not working Saturday and Sunday in this template, so we're going to go ahead and skip that for now. I'm going to go down here and figure out our regular hours. We're going to create an equation. Equals sum column F 9 F15. And what that's doing is it's adding all of our hours up from what we just calculated. And I actually did that wrong. I'm going to copy that and delete it. That should go under total. That's the total hours we worked. Our regular hours is going to be 40. So we're going to create an argument here. We're going to go minimum 40. And there we go, 40 hours. So then we're going to need to subtract that from our total hours. We're going to max 0 be 21 minus 40. There we go. So it's taking total hours minus regular hours, which is 40, because we did minimum 40. There's our overtime hours. Now we need to calculate pay. Going to do equal B19. It's going to take our regular hours, multiply by column B3, which is our hourly wage, and we're going to do the same thing with this field. Equals B20. It's going to take our overtime hours, column B20, multiply by column B5, which is our overtime wage. And that's $190 overtime pay. Now we need to calculate the total. We're going to do a equal sum. And all that does is take both fields and add them. So $800 total. I'm going to go ahead and change this to currency. So it looks nicer. Right there you have a simple template for creating a timesheet for employees, calculating hours based on clock in, clock out, and eliminating lunches. And it's really nice because you can change anything in this template. For instance, if the employee is supposed to work say 30 hours before overtime, which I'm not sure that is the case in any state, but if it was, that would change. Well, you'd have to change both arguments here. So you can change these equations very easily with just clicks. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Hopefully it was helpful to you. And please feel free to comment below. Send suggestions, questions, comments. We'd love to hear from you. And thank you for watching.